I have no natural sense of direction whatsoever. I get lost on roads that I know. It's terrible. How are you, man?
You're not the only one that says so, so don't feel bad.
Good to have
morning.
You back.
Good to see you.
It's Bob Rayner. He is our Garmin representative. When a company dedicates everything they do in research and development to one specific product line, they tend to do it better. Garmin doesn't make appliances. They don't make stereos. They don't make televisions. They are in the electronics world for one reason and one reason only, and that is navigation.
That's the only business Garmin does, so you would expect they'd do it the best.
They own the marketplace.
Yes, they do. I mean, almost 3/4 of all the GPSs sold in North America come from this one brand. And Dan, not just GPS that you're seeing here that most people know, consumers know,
Right.
you know, regular mom and pop people, everyday people. They make navigation in airplanes, ships, and industrial navigation equipment. So I think they know their way around navigation equipment.
And there is a difference.
Yeah.
Each one of these companies, they have their own series of maps. They have their own way of doing things. You are looking at the latest and greatest from Garmin. This is their latest release. It is the most up-to-date maps for North America. It gives you some features and benefits that other GPSs just cannot offer. And we've got it at a great price. It's $119.98. If you want, you could put it on Easy Pay. That's 4 payments of $30. The updates for maps alone, because roads change.
Yeah, sure. Businesses open and close and all that. And if you don't update those maps, your GPS literally becomes obsolete.
Okay.
In fact, electronic equipment, you're used to it these days. Things get outmoded and technology advances. This is one of the few pieces of electronic equipment that I know of that almost virtually, we don't know yet, will never become obsolete because free lifetime map updates are included, so you'll never be out of date.
And that lifetime map update, when you buy it here at QVC, that's a huge value. You can update maps. They do it 4 times a year, once a season. Just to update an older Garmin GPS 4 times in a year costs more.
It would cost more than the whole
than
unit.
everything. Now, Bob and I have also been pushing hard for this to be added in.
Right.
Every one of these accessories is a Garmin accessory. It's not a generic brand name, it's Garmin. This little guy right here is the single best-selling aftermarket accessory in the Garmin line. This is their vent clip. So instead of clipping it to the dashboard or the windshield itself, it goes directly into the visor, which for a lot of people, point of vision,
into
it's
the air
easier.
conditioning vent or the heating vent,
And we finally include it. I'm glad that we do now.
In fact, QVC is the only place you can buy it where we include that vent mount in there.
Beautiful. So let's talk about what makes this new model different. This is the Nuvi 55 LM.
Right, it has a 5-inch screen, which now we've all migrated to. We don't have the smaller screens anymore. This is the latest Garmin OS operating system, the latest, greatest, most advanced operating system. It adds some new features, including dual orientation. We'll point that out to you in a moment. But as always, and the latest maps and everything, but as always, it's so easy to use. And here's what I always love to show on live television. How easy is it? Well, when you turn it on, ask you 2 questions. Do you want to view the map? Do you want to see where you are? And you can zoom in and out and get all sorts of views like that. And the other question, where to? Where do you want to go? Go home. Program in your address and have that comfort, right? Address, you can just simply then tap that and enter an address in, street and number and everything. Categories like restaurants, gas stations, so much more, including something we call it points of interest. But let me just get us somewhere first, just to show you how easy. Are you ready? Where to? How about a place we've recently found, Dan, such as Hughes Street? Do you know you have a lot of streets named after you in this country?
It's not after me.
Go.
I think it's that guy Howard.
Oh, I see. Okay. So I just touched a few buttons there, and yes, I'll simulate that driving route. There you go. We are now automatically going from where we are to where we want to go with just what, 5 or 6 seconds worth of taps of buttons?
And it's turn-by-turn directions as if a local is sitting in the seat next to you.
Yeah, in fact, that's called Garmin Real Voice, and I've turned the volume down now so it doesn't interrupt us, but it will actually say, right turn in 3 miles onto Bondsville Road. Right turn in 1/10 of a mile in Bondsville Road. right turn in 500 feet. It will tell you these things, and it will even go so far as to sometimes naming landmarks like right turn at the gas station
It
on
helps.
the corner.
Another factor, it's one thing to get directions from point A to point B, but this also, again, is if you were local, it tells you what lane you want to be in.
Right,
If you're on a
lane assist.
multi-lane highway, and
Yes.
it's really cool the way they set it up. My wife and I, we vacation in a motor coach. My wife will not fly. She hates to fly. So when you're in a 40-foot motor coach and you're in the wrong lane when the
Yes.
exit goes to the left,
Yep.
it's 15 miles for me to get back and trying to turn around. It's a
Right,
nightmare.
and here's how it works. When you're driving down the road, see in the upper left, at 0.3 miles, be in those 2 white highlighted lanes. Out of the 6 lanes, those are the 2 you need to be in. Garmin's telling you, but not only do they show you that, but they move the map to the left, and on the right is a photorealistic
looks
image.
just like the
Exactly of what
sign.
you're seeing out. See, even the green and yellow sign on the bridge is duplicated on the Garmin GPS. It then puts lines on the road, on the GPS, highlights them in red to make it virtually impossible, Dan. You see it right there, the 2 red arrows on those lanes. It tells you what lane to be in to safely negotiate your next maneuver.
Even I can't screw this up. And I will
okay,
brag
I'll
like
give you
crazy.
that.
I am a great driver. I am a phenomenal driver. I spent 35 years of my life in professional motorsports, but I can't navigate to save my life. I'm the guy in an oval race that would get out and ask for directions.
Well, and the problem is that public roads are probably more dangerous than the people who know what they're doing
Yeah,
on a
oh, yeah.
racetrack. And this helps you. I mean, there are so many things about GPS. It's safety, it's convenience, it's saving money from fuel.
But
and
let's
everything.
talk about, forget about the long
Sure.
trips. We are getting into travel season, vacation season.
Right, we are.
Let's talk about just a commute from home to work and the things that happen. Out here on the East Coast, our little towns are just stacked right up along each other. What if you're out and about and
There's
the
an
wife,
accident or
the
something,
wife
but
calls and
yeah.
goes, grab a gallon of milk. I can find the closest grocery store.
Yeah, it's called points of interest. Points of interest are things that you need to know, services. It doesn't just tell you where you are, it tells you what's around you. So if you need a gas station, if you need a grocery store or whatever, tap the screen, it lists all those categories, and you can go right to it.
It alleviates the frustration of being on the roads today.
it does.
And now with all the Garmin accessories that you want, including that new vent clip, at a great price. Lifetime of map updates, their latest OS or operating system, and I think most important of all, it's Garmin.
Yep,
It's a
the
Garmin.
best.
Thank you
Thank
very,
you,
very
sir.
much.
Always a pleasure.
Coming up, since we are one of the largest electronic retailers in the world, we also are going to make